Hello, hello. Welcome to the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 296. I'm Abhinandan Sekhri.
And I'm Nainika.
And we have a very large lineup of long form today because Nainika's here.
Yes, I watched a lot of things for this, yeah.
Well, I wish I could say the same, but I can't, as usual. But before we get into it, I just wanted to remind everybody that I am going to be in Michigan, where we will have a subscriber meet. So if you want to participate in the subscriber meet, if you're in or around Michigan, write to us at subscription@newslaundry.com. I repeat, subscription@newslaundry.com, because then we can send you where the subscriber meet will happen and when, what time. Also, since I'm going to be in Florida as well, we are planning a subscriber meet in Tampa because apparently there is a large Indian population there and some of you are our subscribers. So if we have enough people who write in to subscription@newslaundry.com, the subscriber meet at Tampa can either be on the 9th or the 10th of April, and the one in Michigan will be on the 8th. So do write in to subscription@newslaundry.com and we can figure where the subscriber meet will happen. And those of you who like to participate, we can accordingly figure out a place that is large or small enough to accommodate us. And also subscribe to newslaundry.com, because then you get to participate in these subscriber meets, which are fun. We together ideate on the future of news and how we can make it better. So be part of that gang, yeah? All right, so we have the following. We have 3 movies.
Yes.
We have Gaslight, Bheed, and John Wick. And I watched Caught Out as well, the documentary which Abbas had reviewed earlier, but I wanted to watch it because it is a friend of mine is the protagonist, Anirudh Behel. So I just had to watch it to see how Anirudh gives his interviews, etc. So I will give my little 2 bits on it. And because it was a big story, when Anirudh did it, like who would have thought? And the rather anticlimactic end to what happened to that episode, that the court said there is no law against match fixing. So what are you going to punish him for? There is no law that says you cannot take money and throw a match, which was bizarre, which was, yeah. So Gaslight. This is a film on Hotstar. It is starring Sara Ali Khan, Vikrant Massey, Chitrangada Singh, Akshay Oberoi, Rahul Dev, who was that generation of models, Milind Soman, Arjun Rampal, Mark Robinson, Rahul Dev. They were the big 4. Yeah. It was the golden age of modeling in India, I think, and he had really interesting face. We used to work out at the same gym and he had a body to die for. We all used to look at his body and be like, dude, look at that body.
Isn't he a Delhi boy? You went to see Columbus or something, right?
He's a Delhi boy with horse cars. He and his brother, Mukul Dev, they both used to come and work out over there. It is a thriller. It is a horror/thriller.
Psychological thriller, yeah. Psychological thriller, horror.
Not psychological. What is psychological about it?
The title, Gaslight itself, is supposed to be
No, I think it's because there's a gaslight there.
No.
Achha, okay.
We'll talk about it later. There's an interesting factoid, I'll tell you.
Okay, there is a layer to this film that I didn't know, because, I mean, no points for guessing what I thought of this film.
Well.
But it's basically this princess in small town Rajasthan, like the many little princes and princelings who take their royal status very seriously. They still have that Bada Rani Sahiba type,
feudal mindset.
Slaves in their big havelis. And she, Sara Ali Khan, plays... I'll tell you for spoilers coming. I'm not spoiling anything right now. She plays the princess who's come home after a long time. And her father's not there and her stepmother's there, played by Chitrangada. And the man Friday, played by Vikrant Massey. And she thinks that her father, apparently, who she calls Data, has called her. But he's not there, and she's saying, where is he? She suspects he's dead. But he keeps playing the piano. He seems to be around. Suddenly he'll appear. So it's about, is he alive? Is he dead? If he's dead, who killed him? What happened? So that's the zone it's in. And it's, I think, just under 2 hours.
I found out later it's actually a remake of a British thriller film called Taste of Fear, sometime in the 1950s. The plot is almost, the same. Initially I was going to be a little lenient with the film, because I was like, psychological thriller in general is very difficult to attempt. Like, fear is a difficult emotion to induce in somebody else. But when I found out it's a remake, like, it just considerably took away a lot of my respect, because this isn't even an original story. So I thought it was very patchy. Either with thriller, you have to be so good that it takes the cake completely, or it's so bad that it's in the slasher adjacent category. Like you can't go mid-level, and this movie was way too mid-level. What did you think about it?
Again, I feel because of my age, so it shouldn't stop you because you're around the same age as Sarah. But I don't have a problem trashing their parents because they're not my age, but trashing someone in their young 20s who would probably, if I had a daughter, she'd be that age. You feel a little guilty, but I will not be mean, but she's a terrible actor. That's all I'll say. I mean, her father is, Robert De Niro compared to her. So I really don't...
We're quite aware of Abhinandan's love for
Saif
Ali Khan.
Henna, I'm so cool. I'm cool like yo.
The only thing about Saif Ali Khan, the only performance of his that I actually like is, have you seen that video on Twitter going around? He's probably giving some interview from the 1990s for Doordarshan. And he is, I don't know, he's inebriated. He's under the influence of some substance, definitely. He's showed up to the interview wearing sunglasses. And he's just so out of it. I feel like that's his best performance. And I feel like unless Sara Ali Khan delivers something that warms me up to her like that, sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a terrible film. By the way, 1st of April, on that special day on the 1st of April, we have for the whole month of April made 4 of our most appropriate interviews that would be perfect for the 1st of April. Free. Professor Babonis, Vivek Agnihotri, ML Sharma, lawyer, who he is, you have to see the interview to find out. And Tejendra Singh Bagga.
Yeah, the fan favorites.
Yeah, spokesperson of the BJP. So do check those out because they are free. But if you can afford to and you're earning, do subscribe to News Laundry because we don't take ads. And the reason we can do stuff which very few media houses that are run on government ads especially, they can't do, is ask questions. And that is only so that because you support us. So please do. So before we move on to the next film, let's read another couple of mails and then the rest of this podcast will be audio only. So this is by Veer Ojas Khanna. Dear Rajyasree and Abhinandan, Rajyasree is not here. So dear Nainika and Abhinandan, I am Veer Ojas Khanna, student of film at USC in LA. Oh, okay, I'm from Gurgaon. It's called Gurugram, bro. You Americans better pronounce our stuff correctly, okay? Oh, he said Gurugram. Sorry. Veer. I should have completed the full sentence. And although I grew up in Delhi, I'm 19 years old. Oh, you're so young. And gladly spend a hefty chunk of my pocket money to subscribe to News Laundry. Veer, you are truly Veer. You are the actual Veer. This young boy at the age of 19 is spending a hefty chunk of his pocket money to subscribe to News Laundry. Those of you who are earning reasonable money, do you feel gaslighted? Have I written the correct usage of gaslight? That's the wrong usage. Wrong. Okay, not gaslit. Do you feel guilty? Or do you feel shamed that maybe you should also subscribe? But I must come, Veer continues with, but I must come to the purpose for writing this email in last week's episode. Abhinandan poo-pooed Rajyasree for saying that Balam Pichkari is the best holy song. But a year ago in episode 245 Jalsa, the Kashmir Files, he says, and I quote, the best holy song which has wokeness and josh, unsurprisingly Deepika came up with it, which is decent and fun. About Balam Pichkari, mere bhai, itna bhi to mat phekha karo. It's okay if you liked a good song. Don't bullshit for the sake of bullshitting. Yaar, Ojas. So
you've been caught in a lie.
Filmmaking chodo, you should be a journalist and you should be interviewing me. But really, I said it's the best holy song. Maybe I had just seen it and Deepika was still floating in my head.
Under the influence of Deepika's beautiful visage.
And I claimed that Deepika came up with it.
Well, she did. I'm sure she has a genius mind and she can come up with things like that.
I don't think she writes songs, biased. But yeah, when I'm on a Deepika high, I will credit her with anything.
That is true. World peace even, huh? Solving world hunger.
Yeah. Speaking of bullshitting, Rajyasree said that Sharmila Tagore has been acting in Bengali films, so this isn't really a comeback. The fact is that her last movie was a Hindi film called Break Ke Baad, which was 13 years ago. Aap bhi itna mat pheka kar. These bongs, now they claim everything. Arey, Bengal has been doing this, Hindis just discovered it. This is a very Bengali thing. In other news, I want to recommend Eeb Ale Oo, which is easily one of my favorite Hindi films. Have you heard of this?
Yes, it's on Netflix. You can catch it if you want to.
Oh. Okay, I must watch it. It's technically and politically at par with Malayalam films. I haven't even heard of this. Thank you, Veer. I shall definitely put this on my list. Now, the rest of this podcast is audio only. So you can take one last look at our faces. And now you can just enjoy our voices and subscribe to newslaundry.com. The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video
सब्सक्राइब टू न्यूज लॉन्ड्री एंड पे टू कीप न्यूज फ्री, और गर्व से कहो मेरे खर्च पर आज़ाद है खबरें।